really expert who works with entrepreneurs, helps them accelerate their success. So I'm here in San Diego. You can see, well, I don't even see the water. Let me just see if I can get you guys to see the, I don't know if you can see the boat from out there. Let me just see. Anyways. I wanted to share a really cool, actually a couple of cool things with you, and that's because I travel a lot. And I don't know if you know this about me, but I was actually a flight attendant. That was my first working career out of college. And ever since then, I've always had the travel, well, since I was like a little kid, I had the travel bug. So I've kind of learned some of the ins and outs. And looking at my schedule, I probably travel, it seems like at least twice a month to an event, or maybe it's vacation, or see relatives, or whatever. So I'm traveling a lot. And I've come up with some really cool little ideas that I want to just share with you, just you and me. So maybe it'll make your travels a little easier, and maybe get you to come to some of my events a little easier. So make things a little bit more like home. So a couple things I just want to share with you. You all know that when you travel, you go to a hotel, of course you can always get like shampoo, lotion, all that kind of stuff, right? It's always out there. We all know that, towels, all that kind of stuff. But did you know that you can also request things? So why am I showing you this makeup mirror, this huge honking thing? Because when I was packing yesterday and my suitcase was really full, that's another story about packing, but my suitcase was full and I'm like, do I want to really bring my travel mirror? And so I called the hotel up and I said, do you have one? And they said, we do. And so sure enough, when I checked in, this was waiting in my room because not all hotel rooms, some hotel rooms actually have one of these standard, but not all hotels do. And I'm at this beautiful, I think it's like a 4-star resort hotel, but for whatever reason, they just don't put them out. So just so you guys know, you can ask for things. So this is something I asked for, just to show you a makeup mirror, because if you're like me, like sometimes you need to wear your glasses, sometimes you're putting your makeup on, so why not just get it magnified, right? Make your life a whole lot easier, especially early in the morning, especially if you're jet lagged. So I wanted to share this idea with you. Also, I'm a hot water drinker. I like hot water and lemon. I'm not a coffee drinker. So I request this because I don't like those little machine things where the thing runs through, because it just tastes like coffee to me. So here's something else I requested. In the past when I've traveled, I've gotten slippers, all sorts of things. And not that, it's just because of things I forget when I'm traveling. So I'm just kind of sharing this with you because you never know when you're going to be traveling. Maybe you're coming to my event in Boston or one of my events I'm doing elsewhere, and you're just like, oh shoot, I forgot something. Well, instead of being all disappointed and all that stuff, call concierge desk, call the front desk and see if they have it for you. Refrigerators, I don't know if you know this, but the refrigerators are available in very often in most hotels. So there's so many things, because what you want to do when you're traveling somewhere is that, of course, you want to try to bring all your stuff. Actually have a travel list that I print up every single time I travel, and I literally check everything off, because there's nothing worse than getting somewhere and go, oh shoot, I forgot my shoes, or I forgot my this, or forgot my that. But it's nice knowing that if something happens and you think of something you need, or something breaks or whatever, the hotel may have it for you. So I'm just sharing this short little strategy with you. And what I was going to tell you something else. What the heck was it? And good morning to those of you. I see a bunch of you on this morning, so welcome. I'm in San Diego, and just sharing a couple of travel ideas, because I figure the easier it is for you to travel, the more likely you are to either go to my event, go to other people's events. And one thing I will share is that it's a lot of work to put on an event. I've done them for the last 5 years. The big events, and I do smaller retreats, and it's a lot of work. So of course we want to be able to make it as easy for you guys to come as possible. So anyways, if you're just joining us, I'm just sharing that asking you shall receive, right? So if you need something, I needed a makeup mirror, I called in advance so I wouldn't have to bring mine. Of course, I wouldn't travel with one like this. That would be kind of silly, but anyways, it's, the hotel gave, letting me use this, and this was awesome. So that way I don't have to put my glasses on while I put my makeup on. Yep. Early in the morning, especially when you only have a few hours sleep, you really need the big magnifier, right, ladies, sometimes? And then for my hot water, I got one of these instead of one of those little silly machines where that water flows through and smells like the last coffee and all that stuff. So anyways, oh, I knew what I was going to share with you. I knew I had something important. This is the best thing I want to tell you guys. This is so cool. So here's what I want to share with you. I don't know if I invented it, but I want to say I invented it because I've never seen anyone do this. Is one of the things I hate very often in hotels is trying to sleep, because you're used to your own bed, you're used to the sounds at home and all that kind of stuff. So sleeping quite often can be problematic for people when they travel. And one of the biggest things I get annoyed with is the light coming in. Light from the door, and then light from the balcony. Well, the door, we've all kind of figured that out. You can put like a towel on the bottom or blanket or something so the light doesn't come through. But the light from these balcony drapes always seems to come through because they never close exactly, right? It's always real close, but then when the day starts and the sun comes through, that wakes you up. So I'm going to just say I invented it. I probably didn't, but I've never heard anyone ever share this except for me. So what I do is, hotels, they always have the pants hangers or skirt hangers. I take this and I clip it to the drape and to both sides, and I just clip it through. So what I do, let me just show you, because it's so cool. Oops, it's going to be kind of dark, but just to show you guys, it's so cool. And if you can't see, I'll bring the camera over in one sec. Okay, so what I do, if you guys can see, is I just clasp it there and I put a couple of them, and it keeps the room nice and dark while I'm sleeping. So that's what I'm sharing with you this morning. I gotta go get ready. Don't have my shoes on. I'm still in flip-flops, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this, please share it, because I'm on a mission to get you guys out traveling. Come to my events, go to my friends' events. There's so many great events. Oh, and as a post note, I sponsor and speak at a lot of events, which means I very often get complimentary tickets. And if you're on my e-zine, if you're subscribed to it, you'll see I always put a little note in there whose tickets I have and stuff like that. So, if you're looking to go to a lot of events, make sure you've signed up at capebeeders.com. And because when we send out the e-zine every other week, you'll see whose tickets I happen to have and whose I'm giving away. And these are really great events, because I wouldn't bother being involved if they weren't. So, good morning, everybody. I'm seeing all sorts of people. And I know that the connection, it looks like from the hotel, isn't so great, but there's only